The deepest love doesn't announce itself. It hides in the spaces where you least expect it, and by the time you notice, it's often too late. When men search for signs she truly loves them, they expect fireworks, grand declarations, loud affection. But Stoicism teaches a brutal truth. Real love is not loud, it's silent. It's stitched into the quiet fabric of daily life. A glance, a silence, a patience. You see, the modern world trains men to seek love like a performance, chasing validation, applause, constant proof. But the love that endures, it doesn't perform, it doesn't beg to be noticed. It lives humbly and invisibly until either recognized or lost forever. Today, we don't chase cliches. We reveal what very few men ever notice. The subtle signs, almost invisible, that Stoic wisdom has always taught were the true marks of a woman's real love. Ready to see what you've been blind to? Let's begin. Real love doesn't negotiate. It doesn't present a list of demands. It simply stays. In a world addicted to conditions, love me if I succeed, love me if I provide, love me if I become who you want. True love is startlingly simple. When a woman truly loves you, she asks for nothing, not because she expects nothing, but because who you are is already enough for her. She doesn't draw invisible contracts in her mind. She doesn't wait for you to fit an unspoken image. A man trained by society constantly searches for approval. He mistakes affection for negotiation. He believes love must be earned with achievement, appearance, or status. But a woman who truly loves you doesn't barter. She simply shows up day after day. Whether you win or fail, whether you shine or stumble, Stoic wisdom teaches this. Real love respects your soul as it is, not as it could be. You might miss this sign because it's quiet. There are no fireworks. There's only the steady presence of someone who is already at peace with your existence. And the tragic irony, most men overlook this kind of love because it doesn't look dramatic enough. Next, we uncover an even deeper truth. Something so subtle that most men miss it their entire lives. A woman who truly loves you does not fall for your armor. She listens to the silence between your words. In a world obsessed with appearances, most men are taught to mask their wounds, smile bigger, stand taller, laugh louder. Pain becomes performance. Fear becomes false strength. But a woman who truly loves you, she doesn't just listen to what you say, she senses what you bury. Without asking, she sees the tiredness behind your jokes. She notices the hesitation in your certainty. She feels the storm you try so hard to hide. Real love sees the invisible weight you carry. It doesn't shame you for it. It simply walks closer. There's a story about Marcus Aurelius. Even as the emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the known world, he wrote in his private meditations about the loneliness he could not share publicly. Only a handful of people around him sensed the true battles he fought inside. Not because he told them, but because they watched carefully and cared deeply. A woman who truly loves you, she doesn't just cheer your victories. She quietly prepares herself to stand beside your invisible wars. And here's the brutal truth Stoicism teaches. If she only sees your victories, she doesn't truly see you. Next, we dive even deeper into a truth about space, distance, and why the woman who gives you freedom may love you the most. Anyone can listen to your words. Very few can hear your need for distance and honor it. Most men mistake love for constant closeness. They think the woman who truly loves them must always be near, texting every hour, calling every night, sharing every breath. But the woman who truly loves you knows something different. True love breathes. It doesn't suffocate. It trusts enough to allow distance without insecurity. She doesn't panic when you pull away to rebuild your mind. She doesn't fill the silence with accusations. She doesn't make your solitude about her. She understands something even many men forget. A man needs space not because he loves less, but because he's fighting inner battles that no one else can fight for him. There's an old Stoic story about Cleanthes, one of Zeno's greatest students. After years of studying philosophy, Cleanthes would sometimes disappear into the mountains alone, seeking clarity. His wife never begged him to stay. She never doubted his loyalty because he needed silence. Instead, she prepared his provisions and let him go, trusting he would return stronger. In today's world, that kind of understanding is rare. If a woman respects your need for space, without fear, without manipulation, without resentment, she loves not just the idea of you, but the reality of you. And here's the paradox Stoicism exposes. The woman who lets you go freely is the woman you never want to leave. Next, we uncover an even deeper proof of real love. A truth that tests not when you're together, but when no one else is watching. Loyalty is not proven when you're watching. Loyalty is proven when you're absent. The love that is real does not need an audience. It doesn't rehearse its faithfulness for display. It protects you fiercely, quietly, when you are not there to see it. A woman who truly loves you doesn't defend your name for validation. She defends it because your dignity is her dignity. She doesn't need applause for her loyalty. She doesn't need witnesses. You are not a campaign to be advertised. You are not a temporary alliance to be negotiated in public. You are her choice, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. And here's a brutal truth Stoicism carves into the soul. What she says about you when you are gone reveals whether her love was ever real. Many men think loyalty must roar. But real loyalty is often silent. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't justify itself. It simply exists, immovable, unshaken, unseen by the crowd, but felt deeply by the one it protects. Ask yourself, if she never had to prove it to anyone, would she still defend you? That is where real love breathes. Next, we reach the final truth, where all signs vanish and only one quiet certainty remains. The greatest proof of love is the peace it leaves behind. You see, real love doesn't flood your life with endless promises. It doesn't blind you with grand performances. It doesn't wear costumes or rehearse devotion or demand applause. It simply leaves a feeling, quiet, steady, undeniable. Not a feeling that intoxicates you for a moment, but one that grounds you for a lifetime. When a woman truly loves you, you don't find yourself asking, does she? You find yourself breathing easier, standing firmer, and facing the storms of life with a steadier heart. Because love that is real does not add chaos, it dissolves it. You won't recognize it by how loudly it sings. You'll recognize it by how silently it strengthens you. And so the final Stoic truth is this: if her love does not demand from you, if it does not devour you, if it does not distort you, but simply deepens the man you already are, then it is real. No need for endless signs. No need for desperate proofs. Only one quiet certainty. Only one still, undefeated truth, the kind of truth that needs no audience, because it already owns the soul it touches.